Hey everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm finally getting around to posting and, actually making the cards for Simon Says Stamp April card kit. So much fun. I love the butterflies. I love the fonts and all of it. So let's just get in. So the first thing I did was, I'm kind of, full disclosure, all over the place with this video because I didn't do everything sequenced, like a full card and then a next full card. I didn't do that. I kind of did things in pieces. So I cut down all of the pattern paper into, and I'm showing you some embossing powders that I'm using, but I cut down all the pattern paper with a Lawn Fawn stitched rectangle die, and those are going to be my focal point. I find that I leave way too much pattern paper left over, and so with this entire kit, with these 11 cards, I wanted to make sure I used as much as I possibly could. So you could see what I'm doing here. What I'm going to do is kind of, how do I want to place my stamps on this pattern paper? How do I want to use my embossing powder, coloring? So I'm just going to go through and show you, I think I show you probably 8 out of the 11 on video. And then I'll show you the pictures all at the end. So here I've stamped out some butterflies and then some silver font. On this one, I'm stamping out Have a Beautiful Day in Versamark ink, and then I'm going to heat emboss that with silver ink. So that one's going to be covered, not silver ink, silver embossing powder. So that's going to be covered completely in the background. And on this one, I am going to show you the picture right away because I feel like that's all I show you as far as the making process for this. So I didn't want you to forget how this one ended up. So once I'm done with that, I heat set it, and then I took a butterfly that I was about to go in the trash because I was kind of purging, and I kept it, and I was like, oh, this would be so cute. And then I used some of that amazing foil that came in the kit for the background of it. So that came together. I'm just going to show you that one real quick. Okay, on the next pattern paper, I'm going to take some of the fonts, and I am going to strategically place them. Now, on this one, I picked some encouraging sentiments. So, stay strong was one of the encouraging statements. And I just kind of, the stamp set itself came with a lot of encouragement. I really, really enjoyed that part about this stamp set because I feel like when we send cards for birthdays, anniversaries, special occasions, people love that. Somewhat expected. But when you send just a encouragement card to somebody, I really think it does something and to alter their entire day and mood. So I just love that I can make more of those. So here, next one is this. I really wanted the rainbow paper to be the star of the show, but I did stamp out some of those butterflies, and then I tried to use white pigment ink, but they did not come out as even as I wanted. So that's okay. I just went around my white gel pen and outlined them, and then I added some white dots here and there. And I kept this pretty simple. I'm going to show you some sentiments I stamped at the end. So I tried to do, it was almost like when you make multiple cards, you kind of want to do one step at a time. And I think that's what allowed me to get through the cards so quickly, is because I didn't make a full card and then move on to the next. So here, playing with that same white gel pen, I tried to do some ink blending over this cardstock. It did not come out as bright or as rainbowy as I had hoped. So what I did was just outline it in white, and I love the way that came out. So it worked out in the end. All right, so that's that panel. This next panel, I've stamped it in Memento black ink. Sorry, I sound stuffy. I'm battling a little cold here, so I do apologize for that. But then I took my Color It gel pens, and I am going in now. Great thing about gel pens is they are really pigmented, so they could pretty much cover up anything underneath. It changes the color slightly, but as you can see, I got a really good color. Then I'm going to take the black gel pen in the kit and in the Color It set, and I'm going to outline the entire butterfly, and that just makes that thing pop right off the page. And so I do a couple other things to finish that card. We'll show you that in a little bit as well. On this card here, I'm taking a heart die, and I've penciled that out just so I can have a guide. And then I'm going to take the smallest butterfly in the set, and I'm just going to go around and stamp it out with Versamark ink. So once I get all the way around the heart, I'm then going to pour some silver embossing powder all over it. And that's going to just outline this heart with butterflies. And so I really like the way that this came out also. So I'm going to heat set that with my Wagner heat tool. And make sure you get, because this paper is really thin compared to like Nina 80 or 110. So just make sure you get your heat gun really nice and heated up before you do that, so it won't warp as much. Okay, so I have that. Then I'm actually going to cut the circle or the heart in the die. And I think this is probably one of the most finished cards that I show you the whole process, because it is a shaker. And you kind of don't want to stop halfway through you do a shaker. You just want to get her done. So I am going to use some heat-resistant acetate, and I stamped I Adore You on there, and then heat embossed that with some silver powder. And that came out super pretty. I love that. I'm just going to use my microfiber cloth to wipe away some of that powder, because, again, I used a powder bag, so that acetate doesn't collect all of that embossing powder. Taking out my AdTech tape runner, and I'm just going to set that down on top of the acetate. Now I'm going to use a double foam mounting tape to make sure that this is, popped up enough. This is the less expensive foam mounting tape I get from Amazon. Love, love, love it. The reason I love it, it's the same exact dimension as 3M foam mounting tape and a third of the price. Like literally, it's $10 for an entire humongous roll. So just don't. Oh wait, there's someone here to say hello.
Tomorrow's my birthday.
Tomorrow is your birthday. Come say hello. I'm doing a voiceover. And you guys can all say hello. It's AJ's birthday tomorrow, everyone. Sorry for the interruption. Say hello.
Hello.
Say hello.
Hello.
It's a voiceover. That's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to pause here for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I've escaped back to my closet. So what I'm doing here is I took some Stick-It adhesive and I punched it out with a punch. I don't have, I didn't really know how else to use this foil, but I knew that it stuck to stuff. So I just did that and rubbed it over, and look at how it came out. So think about that. If you have foil like this, you could basically punch out any shapes that you have, any dies that you have, intricate dies, whatever, and use Stick-It adhesive and then put it down in your project and then rub the foil over it. And so I have a couple dies that come to mind. There was an intricate heart die from a Hero Arts kit at one time. And so I'm just thinking about all the things I can do with foil and that Stick-It adhesive. So highly recommend it. Once I did that, I took to my vellum and I punched out my mini butterfly. And so although these punches didn't come in the kit, I'm trying to stay with the theme as much as possible. And so then I'm going to pop that up and just kind of bend the wings with a glue dot. I put that down. And then I have some leftover diamonds from my stash, and I'm going to add those right to the center of the butterfly. So I do embellish this a little bit more with some more kind of diamondy embellishments that I have from my stash, but I am going to put this sentiment on there. You make me feel like I can fly, which I just think is wonderful. And so I'm blinging this card all out. I am trying to use some of the stuff that's been sitting in my stash forever and a day. And so, just really noticing as I'm purging and going through some stuff, I have stuff that I will not part with, yet I'm not using. So get it together, Mary. All right, I'm going to go through my cards here. I've added sentiments, and now I'm just adding bling. And you could just see what I'm doing here. It's very simple. This is kind of, again, this is kind of like that factory line production that I was telling you about. So here, made a huge crucial error. Already put it up on some foam mounting tape and then tried to stamp it. Well, it wasn't an even foam, so that did not work. So I stamped it on yellow and then cut it out, and boom, done. All right, there's always got to be a way to fix your stuff. Just keep that in mind. On this last one, I actually had some Sizzix Bigs dies alphabets, and I just ran that through my Big Shot and spelled out Be Brave, because I was ever so inspired by a Kelly Lativola video I saw recently where she talked about being brave, and I didn't have a sentiment like that, so I made one. And this goes with all of the encouraging sentiments behind it. So that will do it for the cards. Here's some close-ups. You can take a look at those as we go through. Thank you so much for joining me. This video, all of the products I use will be listed below. And I hope you enjoyed crafting with me. Don't forget to find me in other forums. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.